It was the most frightening moment in the Vietnam War for Jackie Moore. Jackie was a Marine in 1968, in the year that 40% of the casualties the U.S. took occurred. He was on point in an ambush, waiting for a very intense battle to ensue, when a rock hits him in the back, and then another rock, and another rock. He was fully expecting an enemy soldier to be right behind him, so he swung around with his rifle. And he said he looked at a rock ape. He described seeing a 5 to 5.5 foot tall creature behind him, black with an ape-like face. This was a story told to me and my cousins many times. My uncle didn't tell a lot of details about the war, but would share that story. When I asked him what a rock ape was, he said, just one of those apes in Vietnam. Later I learned that there are no apes in Vietnam, and the animals are actually under the category of a cryptid, or an animal that's not really supposed to be there, not formally accepted by science. He said the rock ape encounters were very common where they were. In fact, a friend of his who is still alive to this day, nickname was Rock Ape because they said he was built like a rock ape. Rock ape stories are truly fascinating, especially in a country like Vietnam, where there have been many unique animals discovered over the years. Some veterans recall moments when they spotted figures moving swiftly through the trees. At first they were dismissed as enemy soldiers, but the agility and unfamiliar sounds made them think otherwise. These encounters were often brief and left the soldiers puzzled and sometimes frightened. There are other more intense stories where soldiers describe being attacked by these animals. These confrontations usually occurred at night, where the rock apes reportedly threw rocks or screamed from the darkness. My uncle had this encounter, and he said the frightening part was he thought that they were about to get shot. And when he saw it was a rock ape, it startled him, but he was so used to encountering rock apes or having rock ape stories, he was relieved to actually see a rock ape. And that's the part that intrigues me about these stories from the Vietnam War. It seemed to be a pretty common thing going on over there. Do you think rock apes exist? Were you a soldier? Were you in the military? Were you in the media that covered the Vietnam War? Did you ever encounter rock apes or hear of these stories? If you did, email me at globalbigfoot@gmail.com. That is globalbigfoot@gmail.com. This is one of the mysteries that Global Bigfoot will be investigating.